Hello everyone, good evening, or night actually, and welcome back to Thedas and Dragon Age Origins. So the last time we played, we made it to the top of the mountain where the dragon cult had taken root. And supposedly the Urn of Sacred Ashes lie just beyond. But before we get there, there is a high dragon, which the cultists believe is Andraste. I don't know if we're tough enough to fight that yet. We might have to come back for that. If we can sneak past. But let's go ahead and venture forth. Yep, there's the dragon. Oh good, it's going to take a nap. We might have a chance. Alright, hold on, just...
They say music soothes the savage beast, but I'm not going to test that theory.
Alright. There's a chest there. Okay, I guess we can try and get the chest. Hi Fluff! How is you? How is you doing? There's a bunch of chests. Take those.
Now's better than later.
Slow room, we'll take that. And that chest, we'll take that. Alright, that's level 15 elite boss. Hello Roz, welcome to stream. Oh, I've only got one flare for the ass. Jeez. Let's see here. You know what? If I find where that gong is, I might activate the dragon. And, well, save first, then activate the dragon. See if we can fight it here. If not, we can just go through. Let's do this way. Ruin Temple. That's not where we ended up, or is it? Stand today? Hopefully none of us. Oh, okay. This is a shortcut. Got it. Okay. Yeah, I don't really remember how to activate the dragon. I guess we're just gonna sneak by. Okay.
Do you feel that? This place is practically infused with magic.
I can't sleep. Yeah, I get that.
I bid you welcome, pilgrim.
You must be the guardian.
Yes, I am the guardian of the ashes. I have waited years for this.
Why have you been here for so long?
It has been my duty, my life, to protect the urn and prepare the way for the faithful who come to revere Andraste. For years beyond counting have I been here, and shall I remain until my task is done and the Imperium has crumbled into the sea.
Will your task ever be done?
I do not know, and I do not question.
Alright, who are the men who have taken over the rest of the temple?
When my brethren and I carried Andraste from Tevinter to this sanctuary, we vowed to forever revere her memory and guard her. I have watched generations of my brethren take up the mantle of their fathers. For centuries they did this, unwavering, joyful in their appointed task. But now they have lost their way. They have forgotten Andraste and their promise.
So the dragon is not Andraste then?
No. Our Andraste has gone to the Maker's side. She will not return. The dragon is a fearsome creature, and they must have seen her as an alternative to the absent Maker and his silent Andraste. A true believer would not require audacious displays of power.
Well, how did the belief spread to the rest of the disciples?
It began with an ancestor of the one known as Cousland. He saw himself as a new prophet, preaching the rebirth. Some disagreed with him. I heard their cries of pain and loss, which were quickly silenced.
Would you like me to get rid of these disciples?
The Maker will sit in judgment of them.
I mean, I've already gotten rid of most of them. Well, I would like to see the urn.
You have come to honor Andraste, and you shall, if you prove yourself worthy.
I need the ashes to cure a noble man.
Still, you must prove yourself worthy. It is not my place to decide your worthiness. The gauntlet does that. If you are found worthy, you will see the urn and be allowed to take a small pinch of the ashes for yourself. If not...
Alright, let's get this over with.
Before you go, there is something I must ask. I see that the path that led you here was not easy.
No, it was
There is
not.
suffering in your past. Your suffering and the suffering of others. You abandoned your father and mother, leaving them in the hands of Rendon Howe, knowing he would show no mercy. Do you think you failed your parents?
Um, in a way, yes, but also someone had to tell Fergus that we were or that we were betrayed. So I'm gonna go with 4.
Then you do not dwell on past mistakes. Neither yours nor someone else's.
It's easy for others to judge what you've done in hindsight, but it doesn't make it any better.
It is sometimes difficult to see how our actions affect an outcome. But that does not mean our actions had no effect.
What's past is past. Why bring it up and open old wounds?
And what of those that follow you? Alistair, Knight, and Warden. You wonder if things would have been different if you were with Duncan on the battlefield. You could have shielded him from the killing blow. You wonder, don't you, if you should have died and not him?
Yes. If Duncan had been saved and not me, everything would be better. If I just had the chance, maybe I...
Ask your question, Guardian. I am ready.
You are ever the advisor, ready with a word of wisdom. Do you wonder if you spout only platitudes, burned into your mind in the distant past? Perhaps
Damn, he's
you're only
going
a
deep
tool
in these.
used to spread the word of the Circle and the Chantry. Does doubt ever chip away at your truths?
You frame the statement in the form of a question, yet you already know our answers. There is no sense in hiding, is there? Yes, I do doubt at times. Only the fool is completely certain of himself.
And you? Why do you say the Maker speaks to you, when all know that the Maker has left? He spoke only to Andraste. Do you believe yourself her equal?
I never said that.
In Orlais you were someone. In Lothering, you feared you would lose yourself, become a drab sister, and disappear. When your brothers and sisters of the cloister criticized you for what you professed, you were hurt, but you also reveled in it. It made you special. You enjoyed the attention, even if it was negative.
You're saying that I made it up for the attention? I did not. I know what I believe.
The way is open. Good luck, and may you find what you seek.
Alright, well that was uncomfortable. Let's see here. If you forget the past, you maybe didn't repeat it. It's not that simple, but still, it tells me that that person lived and he died. Yeah. Both Carolina and Alistair feel an amount of survivor's guilt. But unlike Alistair, Carolina realizes that nothing she could have done would have saved her parents from Rendenhau's betrayal. And she had to live in order to inform Fergus of said betrayal so they could, you know, bring Howe to justice. That doesn't mean that a small part of her wishes that she could have done something, but she's come to terms with the fact that she couldn't, except live to fight another day. Alistair hasn't come to that point yet, but he will. Alright, what's this place? Alright, it's locked. Well, I guess we have to talk to these guys. Okay. LSA.
The smallest lark could carry it, while a strong man might not. Of what do I speak?
Hmm. I want to say a tune.
Yes, I was Andraste's dearest friend in childhood, and always we would sing. She celebrated the beauty of life, and all who heard her would be filled with joy. They say the Maker himself was moved by Andraste's song, and then she sang no more of simple things.
Okay, I think I got the right one there. That's good. Maybe I have to answer all the questions and then the door opens. Actually, that is exactly what happens. I just forgot the answers. So we'll have to guess.
Echoes from a shadow realm, whispers of things yet to come. Thought's strange sister dwells in night, is swept away by dawning light. Of what do I speak?
That kind of sounds like dreams to me. So we're gonna go with 4 dreams.
A dream came upon me as my daughter slumbered beneath my heart. It told of her life, and of her betrayal and death. I am sorrow and regret. I am a mother weeping bitter tears for a daughter she could not save.
Okay. Looks like we got that one. Thane Sharton.
I'd neither a guest nor a trespasser be. In this place I belong, that belongs also to me. Of what do I speak?
I want to say home.
It was my dream for the people to have a home of their own, where we would have no masters but ourselves. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, and thus we followed Andraste against the Imperium. But she was betrayed, and so were we.
Okay. Lady Vasila.
An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. The debt of blood must be paid in full. Of what do I speak?
Well, that is definitely vengeance.
Yes, my husband Hissarion would have chosen a quick death for Andraste. I made him swear that she would die publicly with her war leaders, that all would know the Imperium's strength. I am justice. I am vengeance. Blood can only be repaid in blood.
Hear that, Hal? Although I'm not sure that I should be taking advice from Tevinter, but whatever. Disciple Havard.
The bones of the world stretch towards the sky's embrace, veiled in white, like a bride greeting her groom. Of what do I speak?
I'd like you to repeat that.
The bones of the world stretch towards the sky's embrace, veiled in white, like a bride greeting her groom. Of what do I speak?
I'm gonna say the mountains.
Yes. I carried Andraste's ashes out of Tevinter into the mountains to the east, where she could gaze ever into her Maker's sky. No more fitting a tomb than this could we find.
Uki. General Mafarath.
A poison of the soul, passion's cruel counterpart. From love she grows, till love lies slain. Of what do I speak?
Jealousy.
Yes, jealousy drove me to betrayal. I was the greatest general of the Alamani, but beside her I was nothing. Hundreds fell before her on bended knee. They loved her, as did the Maker. I loved her too. But what man can compare with a god?
I mean, that's kind of a fair thing. Alright, Archon Hissarian.
She wields the broken sword and separates true kings from tyrants. Of what do I speak?
I got a couple ideas. I'm gonna have him say it again.
She wields the broken sword and separates true kings from tyrants. Of what do I speak?
Mercy.
Yes, I could not bear the sight of Andraste's suffering, and mercy bade me end her life. I am the penitent sinner, who shows compassion as he hopes compassion will be shown to him.
What is it called? Just quoting Vegeta. Yeah. That reminds me, when coworkers and I were discussing the hypothetical interaction between various Warhammer factions and the might of the Federation's transporter ship. Hello, Sav, welcome to stream. The coworker was telling me about like the people from Mars that worship the machines and all that stuff, and like the machine gods. And I just kind of like, yeah, well, you know what the Starfleet people would say to that? What is a god to a non-believer? It's literally machine in the name. They'll figure it out. That's fine. I don't think we're going to be doing a very long stream today. We're probably just going to finish up the quest to the Sacred Ashes. And then not finish. Or not start a new quest. I don't even think we're going to fight the dragon. But, you know.
No man has seen it, but all men know it. Lighter than air, sharper than any sword. Comes from nothing, but will fell the strongest armies. Of what do I speak?
Hunger.
Yes, hunger was the weapon used against the wicked men of the Tevinter Imperium. The Maker kindled the sun's flame, scorching the land. Their crops failed, and their armies could not march. Then he opened the heavens and bade the waters flow, and washed away their filth. I am Cather, disciple of Andraste and commander of her armies. I saw these things done, and knew the Makers smiled on us.
Alright, well, the door opened. Looks like I got everything right. That's good.
My dearest child.
Dad? I wish it were not so, but I know you are dead.
You know that I am gone, and all your prayers and wishes will not bring me back. Pup, I know you miss me, but my death and my life no longer have a hold on you. This is how it should be. Set your eyes on the horizon. Do not look back, and do not falter. You have such a long road ahead of you, and you must be prepared. And so I leave this in your hands. I know you will do great things with it.
I got an item. Okay. Reflection. +1 Constitution. You know, since it's the spirit of our dad that gave us that, I'm gonna go and equip it. Yeah. Carolina's mostly moved on. But there's one thing that, before she can truly move on, How needs to die. The score needs to be settled. like a mirror fight. Yeah. Arl Howe is the traitor from the origin story. He murders the Couslands. Well, I'd like to note that my shadow character lasted the longest, and I was the one that killed her. So, yay me. Andraste loved her disciples as she loved the Maker. As we have faith in the Maker, so must we have faith in our friends.
See those thingies over on the side of that huge chasm? I bet they're used for something. Maybe I should touch them or stand on them?
Alistair, normal people tend to avoid strange-looking sections of floor thingies, as you say. They tend to be traps.
You don't really think they're traps, do you?
Well, my trap sense isn't going off, and I'm a fucking rogue, so... yeah, let's find out. Okay.
That part of the bridge looks like it's there, but I don't think it is. Try something else.
Alright, so it looks like we have to summon the bridge, but we can only do it sections at a time. Now, I could spend like an hour or so trying to figure this out, because I remember that happening the last time and I've already forgotten the solution. Or I can look it up and we can keep going. I think we'll just look it up. Alright. Okay, so position 3 party members on left 3, left 6, and right 2. Okay, so Liana, you're gonna go on left 3. Then Lynn, you're gonna go on left 6. And Alistair is gonna go on right 2. Okay. Move the party member that is on left 3 to right 4. Well, okay. And then the party member on right 2 to left 1. Okay. Left 6 to right 5. Oh shit. I need to have Caroline on the second bridge section. Okay. We'll just have to reset. That's fine. Okay, so Liliana left 3. When we're gonna have on, no, Alistair will have on left 6. And when on right 2. And Carolina will go here. Okay. Then left Right 2 to left 1. And Carolina to here. Left 6, which would be Alistair, to right 5. And then right 4 is Liliana, and she's going to left 5. And then Carolina will go across.
That was exciting.
There we go. Alright, Sovereign. See you tomorrow. Have a good sleep.
By the Maker. It's the urn of sacred ashes.
This altar is a little more than a dusty stone slab. You can make an inscription into its carved face. Cast off the trappings of worldly life and cloak yourself in the goodness of spirit. King and slave, lord and beggar, be born anew in the Maker's light. Alright, remove the equipment. I'm gonna be heavy, but that's okay.
You have been through the trials of the Gauntlet. You have walked the path of Andraste, and like her, you have been cleansed. You have proven yourself worthy, Pilgrim. Approach the sacred ashes.
Can I put... Okay, thank you. I put my clothes on. Alright, let's level up Alistair. Let's give him some more cunning and willpower. He's gonna need more dex. How much dex does he have? Okay, let's take down the cunning. Do that. I guess we'll just do disengage. Alright, I'm gonna save here. Oh. Kevin Blood, I see that scene from comics. Oh no.
I never dreamed I would ever lay my eyes on the urn of sacred ashes. I have no words to express.
I didn't think anyone could succeed in finding Andraste's final resting place. But here she is.
I could not have asked for a greater honor than to be here. I will never forget this feeling.
These are the earthly remains of Andraste, prophet and bride of the Maker. We'll take a pinch of the ashes. And ceremonialist. Alright, well. It's time for us to venture forth. Fortune adventure. Build. Okay, we'll just grab those. Okay, that leads back to the mountaintop. So is that okay? Well. Okay, now we've got to make it past. I hear the dragon. Stay asleep, dragon. We're cool. I don't want to fight you today. Just gonna go back down here. What's up, Genitivi?
Welcome back. You were gone for quite some time. Well, did you find it?
Alright, Ross. Have a good night. We're almost done. Show Genitivi the patch of ashes.
Is that? There's some dust on... No, that's not dust. Oh, Maker. I'm not worthy to look upon. What was it like? Coming to the urn, I mean.
Nothing has touched me quite so deeply.
You are a very fortunate person. And so am I. Perhaps my research will not seem so much like blasphemy to the Chantry now. We must organize an expedition. There is so much history here, it must be studied. And pilgrims should be allowed to come to the urn.
Should we, though? That may not necessarily be wise. Many will try to exploit this discovery.
But the urn belongs to all the faithful. How can you deny this to them? No, we must share it.
I agree. We cannot withhold this from others. It is not our place.
You have noble intentions, Brother Genitivi. But can you say the same of your brethren in the Chantry?
So everyone comes by and takes some ashes from the urn. Ooh, I hope that urn is self-replenishing.
I will spread this good news or die trying.
Alright. Just know there's a dragon there. I haven't gotten around to killing it. Suppose you're right, I should not be selfish.
I must return home. I have much to do. If you ever find yourself in Denerim, please visit me. I am not a rich man, but I have a small collection of interesting artifacts, and I do owe you a reward for coming to my rescue. I hope to see you soon, my friend.
Alright, so I think next time, before we set on a new quest, we're gonna have to come back here. But this time with Morrigan. And fight the dragon, because there's gonna be pilgrims. We're gonna have to kill it. But let's head to Redcliffe. Alright.
Return. Might you have news?
What's his condition?
Unchanged, I'm afraid. We've tried more magical healing, but nothing works. As time passes, I become more and more convinced the urn might be our only hope.
Well, I found the urn.
You have? Wonderful. Let us go at once to Eamon's side and see if the urn's healing powers live up to their reputation.
Just be warned, I don't know how to administer it. I don't know, it's got to be taken orally, you know, you put it in an ointment, or just magic it them into him, I don't know, okay?
Where am I?
Be calm, brother. You have been deathly ill for a very long time. Do you remember nothing?
Tegan? What are you doing here? Where is Isolde?
I am here, my husband.
And Connor? Where is my boy? Where is our son?
He lives. Though many others are dead. There is much to tell you, husband.
Dead? Then it was not a dream.
Much has happened since you fell ill, brother. Some of it will not be easy for you to hear.
Then tell me. I wish to hear all of it.
Okay.
This is most troubling.
Yeah, tell me about it.
There is much to be done, that is true. But I should first be thankful to those who have done so much. Grey Warden, you have not only saved my life, but kept my family safe as well. I am in your debt. Will you permit me to offer you a reward for your service?
I need your help against the Blight. That will do.
I understand, but regardless of your motivations, I feel you are worthy of a reward. I would like to honor your efforts. Nothing more.
As you wish, then.
Then allow me to declare you and those traveling with you champions of Redcliffe. You will always be a welcome guest within these halls. And for you, Warden, a shield of the same make as those that have been given to our finest knights.
Thank you, Your Grace.
We should speak of Loghain, brother. There is no telling what he will do once he learns of your recovery.
Loghain instigates a civil war even though the Darkspawn are on our very doorstep. Long I have known him. He is a sensible man. One who never desired power.
I was there when he announced he was taking control of the throne, Eamon. He is mad with ambition, I tell you.
I think part of that is
mad enough to kill Cousland, to attempt to kill myself and destroy my lands. Whatever happened to him, Loghain must be stopped. What's more, we can scarce afford to fight this war to its bitter end.
What are you proposing, then?
We have no time to wage a campaign against him. Someone must surrender if Ferelden is to have any chance at fighting the Darkspawn.
But once everyone learns what he's done...
I will spread word of Loghain's treachery, both here and against the king. But it will be but a claim made without proof. Those claims will give Loghain's allies pause. But we must combine it with a challenge Loghain cannot ignore. We need someone with a stronger claim to the throne than Loghain's daughter, the Queen.
Are you referring to Alistair, brother? Are you certain?
I would not propose such a thing if we had an alternative. But the unthinkable has occurred.
You intend to put Alistair forward as king?
Tegan and I have a claim through marriage, but we would seem opportunists no better than Loghain. Alistair's claim is by blood.
And what about me? Does anyone care what I want?
You have a responsibility, Alistair. Without you, Loghain wins. I would have to support him for the sake of Ferelden. Is that what you want?
But I... No, my lord.
I see only one way to proceed. I will call for a landsmeet, a gathering of all of Ferelden's nobility in the city of Denerim. There, Ferelden can decide who shall rule, one way or another. Then the business of fighting our true foe can begin. What say you to that, my friend? I do not wish to proceed without your blessing.
My blessing? Why do you need my blessing?
None of this would be possible without you. You led Alistair here. You saved my life with the urn of sacred ashes. It's your lead I follow. I am a credible enough figure in this nation to call the landsmeet, but I hold no illusions that I could face Loghain without you. Surely you see that.
What's stopping Loghain from just attacking Redcliffe?
Why do you think he had me poisoned? He wanted me gone without having to confront me directly. If I call for a landsmeet, refusing the compromise and attacking Redcliffe will only support our accusations.
Damn,
I'm sure he'd rather I died from the poison. Had the demon not interfered, that's exactly what would have happened.
Okay. Do you think this Landsmeet idea will work?
That depends. If we cannot get a consensus in the Landsmeet for Alistair, we cannot afford to oppose Loghain either. Does that mean Loghain could win? A man who killed his own king, who has gone mad with power? Perhaps. We must see that he does not.
What about the Darkspawn?
Ferelden must stand united to defeat the Darkspawn. A fractured nation will not defeat the Blight, even given my army and those gathered with your treaties.
Alright. What are my options?
You have already found allies, but we need those to fight Darkspawn. I truly believe the Landsmeet is our best option. We could attempt to wage a military campaign against Loghain, but even if we win, would we have enough left to defeat the Darkspawn?
No, but neither would Loghain.
Perhaps Loghain gambles on this attitude, that everyone will decide facing the Darkspawn is more vital than facing him, so that he leads us against the Horde.
Wouldn't it be easier to simply kill Loghain?
I'm not sure that would help our cause. We would become the criminals, and our accusations would become excuses.
Alright.
Furthermore, I'm not even certain where Loghain might be.
Well, then it seems we have little choice.
Very well. I will send out the word. But before we proceed, I believe there is the matter of the mage, my son's tutor. He still lives, I understand.
He does. He is in the dungeon, brother.
Have him brought here, Tegan. I wish to see him.
Okay.
Jowan, what you have done is not in question. You tried to assassinate me and set into motion a series of events that nearly destroyed everything I cherish. What have you to say in your own defense?
Nothing, my lord. Other than to say I am sorry. I expect no mercy for what I've done.
I see. Grey Warden, have you anything to say on Jowan's behalf?
Because Carolina doesn't really know Jowan all that much, she has no reason to believe that she doesn't know his history. So I think she would go for number 2. He seems earnest in his desire to repent.
Oh? That is unexpected. And what would you have me do? As the injured party, my ability to see the merciful path is strained.
And my reasoning for this is Jowan was the one that came up with the idea to save Connor by going into the Fade. Granted, his initial thing was use blood magic, but he also said that enough lyrium and enough mages would do the trick. So Carolina is gonna say, just give him back to the circle. Let them do it. Let them do what they wish, or what they feel is right.
True enough, and wisely said. Jowan, I hereby turn you over to the Tower of the Circle of Magi. May the Maker have mercy on your soul.
Thank you, my lord.
Now, back to the matter of the Landsmeet. It will take some time to recall my forces and organize our allies. I would prefer to wait until that is done before calling the Landsmeet. In the meantime, I suggest you pursue the remainder of the Grey Warden treaties. We will need all the allies we can get if we are to defeat the Darkspawn Horde.
Alright. Hero of Redcliffe. And Carolina leveled up at level 13. I thought she was 14. Alright, next. Oh, I guess we get one of these. Okay, next. Oh. Not sure level up. Okay. Well, let's see here. We'll go ahead and head to camp. Because I think we might have accidentally sold something that I didn't want to. Then we'll get ready for next time.
Well done.
Camp. Alright, let's quickly talk with Bodan. Because I think I might have accidentally sold
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. It's good to have you along on the road.
Let me see your wares.
I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Alright, armor. Yep, I did. The Shield of High Ever. That was my mistake. Alright. So let's go ahead and sell some shit. We don't need this. We don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. No one uses an axe. At least I had. Do that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Keep that. Get rid of these. These. Get rid of those. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Keep the armor of diligence, though. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Red Cliff Elite Shield. I'm gonna go and sell that because I'm gonna mod this one to be better. Yeah, Raz is using the mods again. Let's see here. What can we sell? Colgrim's Horn. Oh, that's right. Okay, so we're gonna need to keep that. We get rid of our journeyman runes and the expert ones. I'm just gonna have the Grandmaster ones. I don't need lyrium potions. Alright. Here we go. Let's get rid of some of these gifts. Okay, and Teven leather boots. Ooh, plot one. Let's give that to Zevran.
That smell. This is Antivan leather, isn't it? I would know that anywhere. I don't know how you knew I was missing my homeland, but this does the trick nicely. Thank you.
What are you waiting for? Try them on.
But I'm not finished admiring them yet. Can you smell that? Like rotting flesh. Just like back in Antiva City. Now if only you
lovely.
could find me a prostitute or two. A bowl of fish chowder and a corrupt politician. I'd really feel like I was home.
Oh, I could definitely find a corrupt politician.
As well. Marvelous.
Alright, see here. What other gifts do we've got? We've got the small silver bar. It's also for Zevran. So
You have
there we
excellent
go.
taste.
Ogren, Liliana. She's pretty much maxed.
Oh, how dear of you. Thank you so
Morgan.
much.
Gold demon pendant.
A fine gift. You have my thanks.
Ogren, Stan.
Unexpected. Thank you.
We'll give this to Alistair.
Is that for me? Really? Wow! Wow!
And then I need to sell these, but that's okay. Let me just.
If there's anything I can do for you, please tell me.
See, where's...
I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need those. And I don't need those. Okay. Now, we're going to save. And I am going to unequip all of my stuff. Real quick. Because I gotta mod up the shield. Okay, skills. Gotta use this. Inventory, armor, shield if I ever. Okay. Save. Item enhancer. Set enhancement rules. Clear. Yes. Material. Tier 7. Properties. We'll just do all stats by 5. No, by 10. There we go. Elemental resistances. Fire by 10. And cold by 10. Miscellaneous. Increase armor by 10. Alright, do that. Alright. Process equipment. So if we did this right, shield if I ever. Yep, there we go. Take that off. Mage's Eye. Got our helmet. That. And that. Then reflection. Dwarven merchant belt. And my rings. And Alistair will get his shield back. There we go. See, when I loaded it up earlier, I was like, wait, where's the shield? Turns out I accidentally sold it. Alrighty. Well, with that, we're going to go ahead and save. See here. Then tomorrow we're going to in Cyberpunk 2077, we're going to finish up the whatchamacallit, the side gigs in City Center. Then we're going to move in on to the Badlands and start working for Dakota. On Sunday in Mass Effect 3, we're going to do Priority Palaven and Grissom Academy. Monday in Final Fantasy 2 or 10-2, we're going to head into the Thunder Plains where Riku is going to have some heart-to-heart with her uncle. At least I think that's Sid's her uncle. I don't remember. I know he's Yuna's uncle. Wednesday, in RoboCop Rogue City, we're going to hit the mean streets of Detroit to do some more police work, to, track down Spike so he can receive justice for the murder of Officer Briggs. Wednesday evening in Sniper Elite Resistance, the Floof crew will continue campaign of testicular destruction against the Third Reich while also thwarting their latest chemical-based superweapon. Next Thursday, in the aircraft showcase, we take a look at the Kid, aka the F-22 Raptor. And next week, in Dragon Age Origins, we're going back to the Ruined Temple, because we got a dragon to kill. So that'll be fun. We're going to have... Our team is probably going to consist of obviously Carolina, Alistair for defense, Wynn for healing, and Morrigan for offensive DPS. But anyway, thank you all for joining me. Sorry it's late, but this was when I was available. And I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Take care and good night.